Hello and welcome to Business Matters. I'm Ed Butler, and on our programme today, Donald Trump in the dock, the first US president to find himself there. We're expecting to hear from the man himself at an event at his Florida residence in the next few minutes. Do stay tuned. Also in the show, a major diplomatic encounter that's taking place this week, focusing attention for different reasons in different parts of the world. The European Union executive head, Ursula von der Leyen, and the French president, Emmanuel Macron, are both landing in China later today, seeking to reset Europe's ties with the world's second largest economy. Andy Shea, you are listening to that. There you are in Shanghai. What do you think China is hoping to get from this encounter?
Well, China has developed this very important economic relationship with Europe. I think the Beijing has always hoped that Europe would be an independent force, different from the United States. I think that what has happened in the past year because of the Ukraine war, that Europe has pretty much lost its independence. So with Macron coming to China, I think Beijing is trying to rekindle this thing. And Macron, of course, represents this force in Europe, that Europe is about Europe. Europe can chart its own course. So that's China. What China wants to get, the leverage is that French companies, especially luxury goods companies, and German automakers, they make most of their profits in China.
Yeah, and EDF. EDF, there are other major French companies who are traveling with the French president, aren't there?
Yeah, the issue is that without the Chinese market, Europe will become, I think it will become much poorer place. Already Europe is pretty poor. You look at the per capita income; it's much lower than Anglos like the United States or Australia. It is not in a good position. If it cuts the economic tie in with China, probably it will become a middle income place, not a rich income economy anymore.
Yeah, and yet, of course, there's all of the politics in the way, and it's not just the relationship with Russia, China's, the implication that China might start selling weapons to the Russians. But of course, there's issues over Taiwan, Xinjiang, human rights, the South China Sea, Hong Kong, it goes on.
Yeah, I think that from Chinese perspective, what's that got to do with you, right? And China is big, and don't mess with me. So this is sort of, I think the West is not getting that message. So this is where the risk is for some genuine conflict might occur. But I think that Beijing thinks, Ukraine has been bad for China because it has really set China's relationship with Europe bad. But on the other hand, China has leverage. You look at it, China is not giving Russia weapons. If China does, Ukraine is down. Okay, so everybody everybody understands that. So China has leverage vis-a-vis Ukraine, and when Ukraine decides to negotiate, I think China will be probably the only credible mediator.
Okay, we're going to have to leave that there because we are expecting at any moment, as mentioned, Donald Trump to step onto the podium at Mar-a-Lago, and we're going to hear more about that and some reaction in the next half hour. Do stay with us here on the BBC World Service and Business Matters.